One of the highest profile matchups in Major League Soccer comes your way at the under 17 level today as the LA Galaxy take on the New York Red Bulls in the Premier Division semifinals at the 2015 Generation Adidas Cup. Good afternoon, everybody. Jonathan Yardley and David Goss with you from Toyota Stadium, home of FC Dallas. We've had a great tournament all week, and now it's coming down to crunch time. 4 semifinals today, 2 in the Premier Division, 2 in the Champions Division, all leading up to Saturday's championship games. And David, we start with a good one. They only meet once a year in MLS now, LA and New York, but over the years they're two of the biggest clubs and have created some of the biggest single-game memories in league history.
Yeah, from the senior level, you're right. There's been some of the most memorable games in MLS history. From the academy level, 2 of the most successful academies across the board for years now. This year, some people say this is 1 and 2 maybe in the country, and so this is going to be a perfect matchup. You have players also of a wide range of age level here, but a high range of skill level.
This exact age group has not seen these two clubs meet recently, but in the Generation Adidas Cup, they have played the last 2 years in consolation games, with LA winning both of those. And the Premier Division, a consolation group, if you will, but the play of the Galaxy and the Red Bulls has been anything but consolation level. They have been very good. LA getting here with wins over Tigres 1-0, the Chicago Fire 3-0, and beating Orlando City 2-1 yesterday with a stoppage time goal to clinch the Premier Group B title. The Red Bulls got here. They edged the Houston Dynamo on their opening day 1-0. Then they came from behind to tie Brazilian club Recife on Monday, won that game in a shootout. That gave them the edge in the group, and they put in maybe their best performance with a 3-0 win over the Seattle Sounders yesterday. So the Red Bulls 2-0-1, the Galaxy 3-0 so far in this tournament.
The Red Bulls have come out. They've been stout defensively the whole tournament. Offensively, it's gotten better and better as the games have gone along. In the first game, struggling to really score from open play. In the second game, like you said, that 1-0 win, but creating a lot of opportunities in that game. And then finally the 2 goals in the third game against Seattle. So they've moved along well. And LA, of course, is one of those teams with Los Dos, with their academy, with the history that they have, sending players to both the Mexican youth national team as well as the USA youth and full national teams. It's always one of the academy teams you're excited to watch.
Getting set to kick off here at Toyota Stadium in the Premier Division semifinals. And we're underway with the New York Red Bulls in white jerseys, red shorts, white socks, attacking right to left, south to north, and that means with the wind in this first half, attacking toward the stage end at Toyota Stadium. The LA Galaxy in all blue with the gold trim, attacking left to right, north to south, into the wind, toward Main Street, Frisco, Texas. Very windy day in Frisco. It's going to affect the games much more out at the other fields. The stadium will protect it a little bit, but all 4 corner flags are whipping in the Red Bulls' direction right now. Galaxy trying to go forward there. We'll get you the starting lineups as we go. For the New York Red Bulls, Xavier Kennedy starts in goal. He was the hero of the shootout win over Recife on Monday. Sean Teixeira at right back. Mason Deeds, the captain, and Kyle Perno are the center backs. Noah Powder, the impressive left back for New York. Central midfield trio has Jared Gilby and Ryan Mingacho sitting behind J.P. Marin. The wingers are Rodrigo D'Andrea on the right, Omir Fernandez on the left, and Brian Saramago starts up front for the Red Bulls. He scored the opener against Seattle yesterday.
And Noah Powder at left back, number 6, losing possession there, but he's been one of the bright spots for this Red Bull Academy team throughout this tournament as well as throughout their USDA season. He's a player to watch for in this game.
This is D'Andrea going backward to Teixeira. We've seen him farther up the field in years past, playing right back here and trying to solidify that Red Bulls back line. The only goal scored against them was a penalty kick that the Red Bulls certainly felt was softly awarded.
Good effort there, though, for the Red Bulls to cover that one up. Eric Lopez, the opportunity to clear there. Eric Lopez, a little bit of history with that player.
Well, that brings me to the LA Galaxy starting lineup. Eric Lopez, who is signed to a professional contract with LA Galaxy 2, slide tackled by Saramago here. And fortunately for Eric Lopez, that one ran wide of the goal.
And that's 2 mistakes there on the ball within a matter of a minute. Has to be aware of the pressure on him, be willing to clear it out. Even if it's out of bounds for a throw-in, you can't give up the ball in those situations. This Red Bulls team doing a good job of high pressure so far, not just on the goalie, but on the back line, not allowing LA to play out of the back easily.
That one's cleared by the left back, Jorge Estrada. Give it away right in the middle of the field. This is DeAndrea. Gilby will work it backward to Mason Deeds. This is Kyle Perno back in the starting lineup at center back. And his pass took a rough bounce and forced Powder out of bounds. So Eric Lopez, who just turned 16 in March, again, already signed to a pro deal with the Galaxy 2, but has not seen any action there, is the starter in goal. Andrew Kenny, the right back. Andrew Perez and Ian Lonergan, the center backs. Jorge Estrada on the left for LA. This one rolls forward for Salvador Segura into the penalty area. Drops it back. Kevin Negrete. Segura's touch allowed Noah Powder to clear for New York. The central midfield trio for the Galaxy, Enrique Bustamante, Leonardo Zuli, and Kevin Negrete. And forwards, Kyle Holcomb, LA's leading scorer with 3 goals in the tournament, Salvador Segura, and Kevin Diaz.
And you see early on Bustamante at the base of that midfield. When this Galaxy team gets all their attacking numbers forward, he's the one who's going to be charged with either covering the counterattacks or winning possession quickly and restarting the attack.
Yellow card right off the bat here. And it's going to go against Negrete. You got to look at the replay. Definitely a late challenge. Yellow cards were reset after the group stage, so there's no risk in players being suspended for the final or the third place game due to yellow card accumulation. Obviously, a red card would result in a 1-game suspension. And LA is without Zico Bailey after he picked up 2 yellow cards in the group stage today. He'll be eligible for games on Saturday.
Mason Deeds has come in here, one of the few players on this Red Bull team with Generation Adidas Cup experience from last year. Came in, scored on the opening day, a game that they had to struggle to get a victory in, but set them up to move along, to push themselves through in the group. In the second game against Hasifi, he was really a leader on that back line early on while Hasifi pushed the attack until the Red Bulls could establish themselves offensively. He's been a great piece for this team. He's really played that captain's role well.
Generation Adidas Cup under 17 tournament. Players born 1998 or later are eligible. We play 70-minute games because we're playing 5 of them in a week. So 2 35-minute halves. Teams allowed 5 substitutions, but there is no re-entry. And if we were tied at the end of regulation, we would go straight to a shootout, as all games in the tournament do. The other semifinal, which is coming up next, features Sagantos from Japan against Independiente of Medellin from Colombia. 4 group winners in the Premier Division reaching these semifinals.
We've seen both teams now be able to step up, win the ball in midfield, and start their attacks. What we expected was a very even game here, and that's what we've gotten so far in the early minutes. Both these teams have phenomenal attacking talent as well as stout defenders, and it should be a pretty even matchup across the board throughout the game.
One change to the LA Galaxy starting lineup to bring you Tristan Weber. Actually, that's someone wearing number 10. I'm not sure if that's Tristan Weber. I've seen Tristan Weber, and I don't think that's him. Kevin Diaz was scheduled to start wide left, listed as number 36. And number 10 is playing wide left.
Whoever it is, they have the Giassi's artist haircut going in perfect form, which I think is a requirement for all LA Galaxy teams that step on a field, that one person has the dyed hair. Of course, Bradford Jamison, the fourth, one of the up-and-coming talents. The LA Galaxy program also sports a similar style. Never would call it the same. Good high pressure once again from the Red Bulls.
Man down behind the play for LA. It's keeping everybody on side. Chance to cross for the Red Bulls. Knocked away by LA.
It looks like Ian Lonergan down there, holding his leg, still down on the field. Referee finally stops play.
Yeah, that is Lonergan. Captain of the under-14 team last year. Now up at the U16 level, which is the same age group. 1998, 1999s primarily.
And when you talk about youth soccer in the United States and you talk about talent pools, LA, of course, is one of the big hot spots where there's a lot of talent that's currently being trained up. And both the LA Galaxy and Chivas USA at this tournament have brought heavy numbers of U14 players in that have shown that ability, that they may not be as grown up or have that size, but the soccer ability, the technical ability, the soccer IQ allows them to play at a higher level. In this LA Galaxy team, showing it early on that they can hang with players a little bit older than them in some select positions.
Normally during the tournament, if there was a number we didn't recognize, we would just send somebody down the sideline to ask. In this case, we're up in the press box, and so we're quite a bit removed from both teams. So we may not get an answer on who exactly is wearing number 10 for LA until halftime.
And both these teams now coming over for a water break. Gorgeous day here in Frisco, Texas. Like Jonathan said, a breeze coming in through this stadium that makes it nice. The sun up high as we go through this day, of course. We'll get it a little bit cooler as we head to our final game, which should be one of, if not the most exciting matchups of the day, with the host team FC Dallas, an opportunity to play out here on their big stadium, their big field.
So Lonergan back on his feet, but still being attended to on that far side. Now he trots back on as we'll restart with a Red Bulls goal kick. 11th minute, no score. Ball apparently was still rolling when Xavier Kennedy restarted.
And as usual, Xavier Kennedy, energy and enthusiasm in everything he does. He's been a star of this tournament so far for both his play on the field, which has been impressive, as well as his personality and style.
This one deflects back, and it's another awkward play for Eric Lopez. This one he makes without incident. Not a lot of scoring chances yet for either team. The best look was Brian Saramago from New York slide tackling Galaxy goalkeeper Eric Lopez and sending the ball just wide.
And if
that
Holcomb
cross
there
took a deflection, and it's going to go out for a Galaxy corner kick.
But Holcomb there, you see he picks up his head, and with the width of this field, you have the opposite winger wide open. If you can hit a strong cross to that far side, you have an opportunity to get them in one-on-one with the keeper. It's something that LA is going to have to watch out for, or look for, this whole game.
Cross coming from the near side. Kennedy missed it. And it deflects out of bounds off of Enrique Bustamante at the back post.
Yeah, Bustamante had no idea that was coming towards him. No opportunity to really control that ball. Well hit cross, though. LA Galaxy, not as many bodies around the 6 as you'd like. A cross like that, you could give the goalkeeper a little bit more trouble. But LA starting to gain in possession here as this first half goes along. The Red Bulls consistently looking for that aerial ball to flick on from Saramago. You'd like to see them maybe play on the ground a little bit more like this.
It's knocked away. Perno will chase it down for New York. Gilby couldn't keep that in. It'll be a throw in for the Galaxy.
But JP Marin can't be expected to be the only creative fulcrum in the middle of the field. In the first game, we saw Rodrigo DeAndrea coming in field and being a factor offensively, but they need something from the two holding mids in Gilby and Mangachos.
Marin broke the play up there, found Gilby in the middle. Mangachos to DeAndrea. He turned by Gilby. New York trying to go side to side. Marin tried to sneak it wide. Jorge Estrada intercepted for LA. Leonardo Zuli came away with that for the Galaxy despite New York's request for a handball. And that one's played out of bounds for an LA throw.
And you have to say, about halfway through this first half here, these two teams are very even. Two teams with talent across the board. We've seen both teams have situations where they've been able to pick up the ball in good spots and counter in some dangerous attacks, but we haven't seen really a high percentage scoring chance. And at times, both teams able to stay compact defensively. And you got to think there's not much between these two teams. Whatever the end score line is, you got to think it's going to be pretty close.
That one deflects out for a corner kick. Feels like neither team has really found its footing. Playing in the stadium, it's a bit of a different environment, both physically and mentally. So you hope that that adjustment that we've been talking about throughout the tournament, adjusting within games, helps these teams find their offense. If not in the first half, at least in the second. Corner kick looking for Deeds, and it was headed away at the back post by the Galaxy, out for a Red Bulls throw-in. Broken up by LA. This one played along by Negrete. Noah Powder knocks it out into the Red Bulls bench area for a Galaxy throw.
And Galaxy fortunate to get possession back there. Negrete a little bit too aggressive there. He had open space. He had teammates next to him. Could lay it off to and control possession, but he tried to go for that home run ball, but works out in the end. And this Red Bulls team doing a good job as a team, high pressing at times as one unit, and then if they're not high pressing, everyone's on the same page staying deep. You don't want that miscommunication. You don't want that disconnect maybe between your front line and your midfield. And so far the Red Bulls have done a good job staying tight.
Premier Division semifinal number 1. LA Galaxy in blue and the New York Red Bulls in white. That's played backward to Xavier Kennedy. Still only 15. There's Teixeira. Good first touch on the right. Second touch took him wide. He was able to keep the ball in, but turns it over.
You can see that attacker's mentality from Teixeira, knowing exactly what he wants to do when he sees that ball in open space.
Kennedy's clearance, miss-hit, out for an LA throw. Galaxy under 16s won the national championship last year, beating Real Salt Lake to do it. Only 2 players in this group from that team. That's Bustamante, the holding midfielder, and Perez, the center back. Ethan Zubak, also eligible for this tournament, is playing up an age group for the Galaxy this year. Red Bulls likewise do not have Matt Olasunde here from the U17 national team. He played in the Generation Adidas Cup a year ago. Great combination there. Continued forward for Jared Gilby. Wants to get onto his right foot. Hits it from outside and curled it wide.
And that's what we were talking about. The Red Bulls holding midfielders, getting forward, being part of the attack. Gilby, a good foray forward there. Makes himself an option for that layoff from Fernandez and then tries to curl that shot home. Not a bad attempt there. They haven't really tested Lopez on shots yet, of course, just with his feet. And that potential attempt there, the first good goal-scoring look we've seen of the game for either team.
This is Perez to the right back, Andrew Kenny. Noah Powder with a hard tackle there. He'll be whistled for a foul. Powder plays internationally for Trinidad and Tobago. Played in the Under-17 World Cup qualifying tournament earlier this year, and he really impressed both of us, I think, against Asife on Monday.
He has a great attacking ability from that left back. He can become a factor offensively, but he doesn't have to just stay out of the wing. He can come infield a little bit and interchange with his teammates. And in doing that, he was still solid defensively. And that's what I love to see from a defender is as you add that offensive game, you still remain a reliable and solid defensive player and you understand your defensive responsibilities.
He knocks it out there for a Galaxy throw-in, taken quickly. Another throw here. 20 minutes gone, no score between LA and New York. Playing 35-minute halves, 70-minute games here at the Generation Adidas Cup. Chance to play it back post.
And of course, right after I compliment Noah Powder, he has a little misstep. Allows his man by him, but safe in the end.
Lonergan forward, broken up by Sean Teixeira.
And you have to say, you can see physically why Eric Lopez is already signed to a professional contract. He's got already a professional size, body, as well as kick.
This one turns over to New York. Gilby on the run again, this time on his left. Shoots, and Lopez down to his left to make the first save of the day.
And once again, Gilby, he adds that extra attacker, that third or fourth attacker, and he's able to give the New York Red Bulls numbers in the attack. Gets that shot off there. Not enough power on it, but good to see him willing to use both his right and his left. And the Red Bulls continuing to rack up chances.
Segura, yet another of the diminutive center forwards we've seen in this tournament, tried to hold that one up. And eventually it turns over to New York with Mingachos. DeAndrea getting forward on the right. Mingachos got it back wide. Saramago's cross, low and easily dealt with by Perez in the middle of the Galaxy defense.
And Saramago in a rush to get that ball in, but there's no pressure on him. He can wait a moment or two and allow the play to develop. Good overall attack. JP Marin here started that all off with that pretty little through ball to his teammate to get this going.
Great heel flick, but the cross didn't match it. And now Powder stepped a little late on Kyle Holcomb there. It'll just be a throw-in.
And New York Red Bulls building up 2 good attacks there, but just that final ball isn't the quality that you want. Not really taking the time to pick anyone out with those crosses, really hitting them, trying to hit them into a dangerous area without trying to locate a teammate.
Galaxy have some runners here. Negrete is the target. Teixeira getting back to cover. And Teixeira does really well to win that. He's been very good in this first half.
And he's another, both these fullbacks, good going forward. Teixeira, we said, has been listed as a forward. He played for the U.S. youth national teams as a forward in the past, now playing here at right back and doing a good job transitioning.
Bustamante ahead to Segura, but Kyle Perno's interception won't matter because it's brought back as a free kick for LA. Out 35 yards away, floated into the area. And Lonergan almost got onto the end of it at the back post. The Red Bulls now able to clear.
Saramago has an option in the middle of the field if he could find him.
And he's going to win a corner kick instead. Second corner for the Red Bulls.
And it was a good play there from Saramago. He's able to track that ball down, get it under possession, get it into that final third for the Red Bulls. Now they have this opportunity off a corner kick. Looks like it's going to go out for a second corner opportunity, but it's good work there from Saramago as a lone striker to be able to maintain possession and earn your team that corner.
DeAndrea takes it low and headed away by Kenny.
See if the Red Bulls can find the finished product here. Mason Deed's a huge threat on these corner kicks.
Fernandez trying to turn, keeping it alive. Fired over the top. What a chance that was for Perno.
And it's one of those situations where you don't anticipate the ball's going to fall to you. But it fell to him perfectly, and there wasn't a body directly in front of him, so he had a little bit of space to shoot. But you feel like in that situation, you got to put it to the side. You can't just blast it straight at the goalkeeper, just high of the crossbar. You have to say the New York Red Bulls have had all of the good goal-scoring opportunities so far in this game. The LA Galaxy have had some decent build-up, but they haven't had anything around the 18 to threaten the Red Bulls.
We did get confirmation that that's Tristan Weber on the far side, rocking the Zardes-esque haircut. And we believe Jorge Cardona is at left back rather than Jorge Estrada. That lineup given to us about an hour before the game, which, as we know, is plenty of time for things to change. Free kick coming to New York as the Red Bulls push forward in this latter portion of the first half.
Either that or the LA Galaxy brain trust doesn't trust you, Jonathan.
I did tell them I was from New York.
There you go.
Not the team, the city.
Interesting here. Saramago, the striker, over this one. Maybe a potential shooting opportunity here off this set piece.
It is Saramago with the right foot over the top. Lopez always had it covered in any rate.
And you really have to hit it with some pace from that type of distance, over 30 yards out there, to be able to try and trouble the goalkeeper. But why not take a chance?
5 shots for New York, none for the LA Galaxy here in the first 27 minutes.
It took about 15 minutes actually for these two teams to feel each other out. It felt like one team would have possession for 3-4 minutes and try something, and then the other team would swap. As the New York Red Bulls have gotten more and more comfortable offensively, the Galaxy haven't been able to counter with anything. In saying that, they have the talent to pick up a goal quickly, to get one on the counter against numbers or with the numbers.
DeAndrea's left-footed delivery punched away by Lopez, out for another corner. Nope, offside flag was up against the Red Bulls. It'll be a Galaxy free kick.
And I really like DeAndrea's game. When you see him, he's a big player. You expect him maybe to be a back-to-goal forward, but he plays out on the wing. He's got great feet. He has really good instincts, the ability to use a move or two to get himself space to shoot, and you've seen on his service from set pieces, corners, as well as that free kick, he has the ability to really put some pace on the ball.
That combination didn't come off, and the Galaxy have it for the moment. Good footwork there by Zuli, who bring it out wide left for Cardona.
And I'll tell you this, you never want to see a 0-0 scoreless tie, not the most energy, but if Xavier Kennedy gets an opportunity to go into a penalty kick shootout, you will see some fireworks there.
The right back, Kenny, getting into the attack for LA. Teixeira controlled with his shoulder before clearing for New York. Kennedy does likewise, but sees it, or Kenny I should say, but sees it run out of bounds.
And Noah Powder hasn't had opportunities to get forward in this game. Sean Teixeira has on that right side, and Powder's done a good job of sitting back. Make sure that there's always at least 3 players on that New York Red Bulls back line, understanding how to pick and choose your opportunities.
Gilby looking for Saramago, and Ian Lonergan heads away for LA. It'll be a Red Bulls throw-in. Generation Adidas Cup Premier Division semifinals. Our first of 4 games today here in Toyota Stadium and here on MLSsoccer.com. We hope you'll join us throughout the day. Neat cut back in the corner. Gilby mishit it, and it's fired over the top by J.P. Merritt.
And the Red Bulls a few opportunities now with some time in the box, rushing their chances a little bit rather than taking their time and trying to place it, hitting it with power and not as much direction.
Deeds was taken down hard, and the referee thought about playing advantage. None really occurred, and so it'll be a foul and a yellow card. And you hope Mason Deeds is okay. He's already back on his feet, but pretty fired up.
And this is the second time that he's gone down hard already in this first half.
Leonardo Zuli with the yellow card. So that's 2 of the 3 Galaxy Central midfielders with yellow cards, and now a little bit of pushing and shoving off the ball. We told you these 2 age groups haven't played each other all that much, but it didn't take too long for a little bit of animosity to develop. Deeds is still royally ticked. He's walking to the back post and kind of daring anybody from LA to come within 5 yards of him.
And he's the target here on these set pieces for the Red Bulls.
Scored against Houston in the opener. They're looking for Deeds. It's loose at the back post and just wide. Perno was there, thought about tapping it in. I think he thought the initial shot was headed into the net.
You could tell from the moment Deeds got fouled that he was going to win this header, no matter where it was played. And he's able to get himself in, actually almost thrown off by his own teammate on the shot attempt. He's able to get in. It curls just wide of that post. Another great look for this New York Red Bulls team that they're not able to take advantage of. And you don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to dominate the game in spells and not finish your opportunities. We saw it in games throughout the first 3 days here at this tournament. Teams not taking advantage of their goal-scoring chances and then getting hit on the counter. This LA Galaxy team is going to create chances 100% in this game, and you don't want to fall behind 1-0 when you've really dominated the ball in the first half.
So far, New York with a 7-0 advantage in shots. And that one should be, it's going to be a Galaxy throw-in on the near sideline. We're in the final 5 minutes of the first half here. 2 35-minute halves in the Generation Adidas Cup. Premier Division semifinals. We told you Sagantos of Japan and Independiente of Medellin meeting in the next game. Here is Noah Powder getting forward. Great switch for DeAndrea. Tried to play a 1-2 with Saramago, and it was broken up by Ian Lonergan for LA.
But Powder's been sitting back watching this game develop, and he saw if he breaks down the side, the field is so wide that the opposing winger is going to be wide open. He played a good switch there to change the point of attack.
DeAndrea taken down near the end line, and the Red Bulls will have another set-piece opportunity.
They got to make one of these count. Mason Deeds got his head on the last one. They had an earlier opportunity fall to the other center back in Perno, right in the middle of the six. And the Red Bulls have to be composed if they're going to get an opportunity to score.
Jared Gilby to take this for New York. Drives it low. Saramago was attacking for the Red Bulls. Nobody able to get a clean look. DeAndre, I think, was targeting Deeds, but mishit it straight to the Galaxy goalkeeper, Eric Lopez.
But we've seen on most set pieces, the initial ball isn't there, but Galaxy struggle with the second ball, and they've struggled to get it clear. And if the Red Bulls keep pressure on, they've gotten looks on the second or third opportunity as the ball bangs around the 18.
Neat work by Negrete and Zuli to win it through the midfield. Ahead for Tristan Weber on the left. Against Teixeira. This time got some space. Segura trying to turn and hit a hand, and no intent. The decision of the referee, it definitely hit Mason Deeds' hand, but he wasn't trying to do it, and we play on.
And I think the referee will also say it's not off from his body and not affecting the play. He was right on top of it in perfect position to make the call, and that's all you can ask for.
Good slide tackle there, out for another Red Bulls corner kick.
The time ticking down here in this first half. You see how quickly the game can change. The Red Bulls, all the looks, all of the possession in these last 15 minutes, and then all of a sudden it looks like LA Galaxy have an opportunity to take the lead. Red Bulls have to take advantage.
Corner driven to the back post. Deeds was arriving a little late. He gets pushed off the ball there and takes what is surely going to be a yellow card near the end of this first half.
And you could see a little bit of a push as Deeds was turning the corner. He felt like he had a little bit of push, so he responds by pulling the Galaxy player down in the other direction. And Xavier Kennedy, a quiet first half for him, hasn't had any work to do. This Galaxy team will want to find a way in the second half to get the offense jump-started a little.
The night games here in the Champions Division at 6 o'clock Eastern. River Plate and Palmeiras, Argentina and Brazil. They've been talking about that one all day. And the nightcap, 8 o'clock Eastern. FC Dallas, the home team, taking on Eintracht Frankfurt, which beat Palmeiras 1-0 in a battle of heavyweights yesterday. Long ball played through. Kennedy came out and forced Segura wide. And it'll be a goal kick for New York. That's going to do it on our first half. No score, a lot of chances for New York. The Red Bulls with a 7-0 advantage in the shot count, a 5-1 advantage in corner kicks in that first half. David, what's going to be the message at halftime on each side?
For the LA Galaxy, they have to get their back line and their midfield closer to the defenders so they can get some sort of possession. Everything for them was a steal and an attempted clearance. There wasn't really an ability to maintain possession after the first 10 minutes. For the Red Bulls, it's just about finishing. They have to be able to continue to do what they've been doing. They've done a good job picking up the ball, exploiting spaces, making runs out of the midfield. They just have to finish the opportunities that they get.
We'll take the break with the teams. No score at the half between the New York Red Bulls and the LA Galaxy. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with second half action from the 2015 Generation Adidas Cup. Ready to go for this second half of the Premier Division semifinals at the Generation Adidas Cup. And we're underway with the LA Galaxy and New York Red Bulls in this second 35 minutes. Going to 70, looking for a goal to break this tie. The Red Bulls had the advantage in terms of chances in the first half. They come out hot in the second, and Saramago's pass is picked off. Deflected only as far as Noah Powder. Back to Gilby, and everybody from New York was at the top of the penalty area looking for the ball. 3 changes at halftime for the LA Galaxy. Jorge Estrada replaces Jorge Cardona at left back. Of course, we thought Estrada was in there for most of the first half. Enrique Bustamante comes out of the central midfield, replaced by Jake Arteaga, and Patrick Murphy is in up front in place of Tristan Weber. That is Murphy on the ball. It's broken up by New York. This is DeAndrea. Turns over the other way. Early ball played onside is Segura. Perno trying to close him down. Segura plays it low. Kennedy got just enough of it to make his first save of the game.
I love that tricky, quick shot there. Kennedy coming out to prepare himself to make this save, and Segura there. It's not clean. Some might even say it's with his toes, a little bit of a toe ball, but it's quick. It catches the goalkeeper off there, and he's able to get that early shot away. Kennedy makes the save but it still almost went in. And now the corner kick, and this is what we're talking about. New York Red Bulls didn't take advantage of their time dominating, and LA could still take a lead.
Zuli's corner headed right to Kennedy.
Kennedy, that's the first thing he's had to do all game, really.
Galaxy stepping up their pressure into the Red Bulls half. DeAndrea escaped one challenge, but not the second from Patrick Murphy.
And Murphy, you see coming in there, a little bit more of an edge to him than what we were seeing from Weber.
Deeds fouled yet again. It's the third time we've seen him go down. And he walks a little gingerly as he gets to his feet. Couldn't keep that one in play. It'll be a Galaxy throw. Murphy and Holcomb, who are now the Galaxy wingers, scored the goals yesterday in the 2-1 win over Orlando City that confirmed the Group B first place finish for the Galaxy. Red Bulls won Group A thanks to a Monday shootout win over Recife. Good intercept by Mingachos. Good switch as well to Fernandez. Try to play it ahead for Saramago. And the Galaxy clear it away.
And that ball just didn't sit out in front of Fernandez like he would have liked for him to run onto, and so it forced him to lay it off. Otherwise, if he gets it out in front of him, he's one-on-one with Lopez.
Galaxy not happy with the direction of that throw-in.
Back up there. No, keep going back.
Already we've seen some of the danger of Patrick Murphy on that left wing. Sends this one long for Segura. Perno on the sideline apparently kept it in. Galaxy bench disagreed.
It looks like Deeds got fortunate there with that call.
Oh, that was Deeds.
It looked to be out of bounds from this angle, and the Galaxy bench was right on top of it.
Oh, his shorts, hey, 23. That would be the problem.
Yeah, he's taken a beating so far in this game.
At least everybody's only used one jersey so far in this game. We had Rodrigo DeAndrea wearing 3 different numbers on Monday because he kept getting blood on his uniform. Another bad challenge, this time on the other center back, Perno, and it's a straight red card.
And I didn't know if the referee was going to make it, that call, because game's starting to develop. They're young players, but it's a studs up late tackle. It's a dangerous play. You saw immediately his hand go up. He didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to hurt anyone, but that's the proper call in that situation.
Kyle Holcomb, the Galaxy's leading scorer in the tournament with 3 goals, sent off in the 40th minute. And that is going to change this game dramatically.
And LA struggled to really spark their attack in the first half. Now man down. You have to think it's going to be a lot of defending with numbers and countering.
Mingachos on the run for New York. Marin. Saramago shot left-footed just wide of the post. Took a deflection on its way past, out for a corner kick.
And Saramago, good shot there. Gets his laces through it. But now you're man up. There's going to be options. He had open teammates on either side of the box that he could have slotted in. This Red Bulls team is going to have to keep moving the ball quickly. You don't want it to stick at anyone's feet when you have that man advantage.
Deeds was the target yet again. And didn't get his header anywhere near the goal, his ultimate target. So the Red Bulls up a man with 29 minutes to play in the Premier Division semifinals at this year's Generation Adidas Cup.
And we've seen in this tournament teams struggle to take advantage, being man up. Aspire Academy in the group stage, man up against River Plate, and River Plate went on to score 2 goals and win that game 2-0 after going man down.
Of course, we've seen that in this stadium as well. Seattle couldn't take advantage of an FC Dallas red card just on Saturday night in MLS play. Gilby and Murphy battling here. Patrick Murphy comes away with it again. He's done really well in head-to-head duels since coming on. Wins another one.
He's brought them a little bit more edge defensively and in the tackle. Like you said, he's done a good job winning all those 50-50 opportunities.
That's cleared for a New York throw-in. Red Bulls undefeated in Development Academy play this year in this age group. They did lose in a Generation Adidas Cup qualifier to Philadelphia, which is the reason that they're in this division, the Premier Division, rather than the top flight.
And it looks like for the LA Galaxy, after this red card, they're going to fall more into a 4-4-1. Looks like Kevin Nagate going up top, and Segura pushing out wide right. Of course, a substitution now coming from LA.
We'll get a look at Colin Appel coming in place of Leonardo Zulli, who is on a yellow card. Appel with one of the goals in the win over the Chicago Fire on Monday. High school sophomore.
And this red card hurts in a situation like this because you have planned substitutions. You want to get players experience, and now you lose a spot that you could sub for, and you really change the style of this game and the experience that you wanted your players to get.
Negrete broke early, and he's offside. We have free kick to New York. Driven switch. Lopez came for it. Did clear with his feet. Long ball. Perno back there to deal with it for New York. Gave it away to Segura. Tried to backheel him.
And this is the type of player, this is what you want in a situation like this, Segura. He's going to take risks. He's okay. Maybe if he doesn't have the man advantage, to try something against extra defenders to try and make something special happen.
You could see the idea from the Red Bulls attack there, but good job by LA of getting into the passing lanes. New York with it again. Red Bulls are going to have a lot of the ball here. LA with a red card in the 40th minute. Teixeira and DeAndrea not on the same page.
And this LA Galaxy team right now stuck in two minds when they get the ball of whether they want to stop play, slow it down, try and possess for a little bit, or try and hit quickly on the counter and see if they can get a lead that they could defend for.
DeAndrea in the center circle. Gilby wide for Fernandez. First touch really opened up room for Andrew Kenny to get into the tackle, and now Kenny wins a free kick for LA. Galaxy have used 4 of their 5 allotted substitutions. The Red Bulls have yet to put in a sub. Appel to Murphy. Now to the left back, Estrada. Galaxy have looked better since the red card in a way.
Yeah, they have. And that's an element we see in a lot of games. The first 5-10 minutes after a red card, one team kind of maybe mentally relaxes saying, well, we have this. And the other one gets juiced up because of the energy, because of the moment. A lot of times teams, because it's so early in this game, the red card was, teams struggle to maintain it throughout. But so far, I agree with you. LA Galaxy looking good.
We've played 46 minutes. No score between the LA Galaxy and New York Red Bulls. Again, the Galaxy down to 10 players after a red card in the 40th minute. DeAndrea into the center circle. Mingacho's chasing it, and he almost caught Andrew Perez. That was not a pretty challenge. Luckily, no contact made. Here's Salvador Segura. Early ball. Teixeira able to deal with it.
And right now, LA just first to all the balls in the open field, playing with a level of energy that we didn't see in the first half.
That one cleared at the halfway line for a New York throw-in. And Mason Deeds trying to take on that leadership role from the back with some strong words for the rest of the team. DeAndrea, nice 1-2. Trying to connect with Saramago. It'll be a Red Bulls throw-in. Marin going to the end line, played it low. That was easy for Andrew Perez.
And this Red Bulls team has game changers in the attack off the bench in Casey and Bartley. So they have the ability to change up the elements in this game to push their attack.
Mingachos waits for Noah Powder. Left back wants to go end line. Plays it across. Lopez one-hands it away. And it's cleared up the middle. Teixeira. Headed back toward him. And out for a throw. Those outside backs are going to have more room to attack with LA down to 10 players here. See if they can make the most of it. Here's Teixeira again. Falls to DeAndrea. Keeps it moving. Brian Saramago puts New York in front. The Red Bulls found the space to take advantage of the extra man, and they're in front in the 49th minute.
And that composure and finishing, the Red Bulls struggled with it in the first half. Finally, they get the opportunity here in the second half, and they take advantage. DeAndrea there has been excellent all game, and once again, when he comes in field, he's able to make things happen. He beats 3 or 4 defenders there and puts it on a plate for his center forward, and then the patience to take your first touch a little bit wider, give yourself an angle to slot it home, past the goalkeeper. Perfection there for the New York Red Bulls.
Great first touch, cool finish from Saramago. He's got 14 goals in U.S. Development Academy play, 2 in qualifying for this tournament, and 2 in the tournament itself. Quite a school year for Brian Saramago.
And he's had looks all game. He's hung around that box. That's the best opportunity, though, that he saw. And he was able to take advantage. Now the Red Bulls can't take their foot off the gas. They have that man advantage. You can't sit back and allow LA to develop their attack. You have to stay aggressive, stay on top of them, keep the ball in their half of the field most of the time.
The winner of this game will play either Sagantos from Japan or Independiente from Medellin, Colombia in Saturday's Premier Division final. That'll be at noon Eastern, 11 a.m. local time. We'll have it for you from this same facility. Important tackle by Deeds there.
And Patrick Murphy. Patrick Murphy's just been a game changer since he's come on. He's been the best part of this LA Galaxy team here in the second half.
Saramago out wide, and Andrew Perez broke that play up.
Great slide tackle there from Perez. He left his man in the middle to come help out. for his fullback there in Kenny, and he had to make that tackle. Otherwise, it was going to be an easy goal-scoring chance for the Red Bulls.
New York up 1-0 on the Brian Saramago goal. That switch going to carry out of play. And we'll get substitutions for each team here. Kazu Shigenobu and Kyle Casey will come in for New York. Tyson Griffin coming in for LA. Griffin coming in for Appel, who himself just came into the game. For the Red Bulls, Omir Fernandez and JP Marin depart.
And Appel not happy, of course. Came on as a substitute, and then immediately coming back off the field here in the second half.
Yeah, you'd always expect there to be something injury-related there. It's hard to tell from here. Gilby turns it over. Here's Murphy for LA. Try to split two players, and what you love about Murphy is even after the first move fails, he keeps going into the tackle. And this one winds up as a New York throw-in. Warm day here in North Texas. Really the sunniest day we've had in the tournament. Been a lot of cloud cover and a lot of wind for the others. New York Red Bulls and the LA Galaxy playing two 35-minute halves. Players born 1998 or later. Galaxy have certainly a younger team, starting several players born in 2000 called up from their under 14 development academy team, whereas the Red Bulls are entirely 98s and 99s. Foul here against Patrick Murphy. And this gives the Galaxy a chance as they bring up Ian Lonergan and Tyson Griffin from the back.
And Andrew Perez here on the ball is going to move up into the midfield now. With Griffith coming into the game, it looks like the captain's going to try and generate some attack for this Galaxy team.
And yeah, feed the hot hand. Let Murphy take the free kick. He's done just about everything right since coming on.
You got to at least pressure Kennedy here. He hasn't had much work to do. You got to put him under some stress now.
Some of the pushing and shoving in the penalty area will be addressed here before the free kick. Murphy sends it in, headed up and away by Shigenobu. And eventually the Red Bulls able to clear. Brian Saramago's goal in the 49th minute. Set up by Rodrigo DeAndrea. Has New York in front. They've been playing with a man advantage since a red card in the 40th minute. Kenny, the right back for LA, looking for Salvador Segura. And he couldn't bring that one down. It'll be a Red Bulls throw-in.
And this LA Galaxy team, it's good to see they're trying things. They're trying to get forward. They're trying to make something happen. They have plenty of time if they're able to be sound at the back, keep it a 1-0 lead, to maybe pour it on late.
Teixeira, the right back, got the best of Murphy there. side, Shigenobu. Playing it through, looking for the run of Casey. Great touch by Negrete to find Segura. He got the best of Deeds. Salvador Segura, chance to tie it for LA. He missed it wide. That could have been the Galaxy's chance to get back in it.
He did everything right in that play. His first touch is flawless. He gets the ball out in front of him so he can keep up his speed and stay in front of Deeds, and just screws that shot a little bit wide. You're going to see here, he goes with the inside of the right foot, which curls it away from that back post. Maybe if he could have gotten it on his left foot and hit it with the inside of that left, he could have been able to get it home. But this is what we said with this LA Galaxy team. They have great attacking players. They have players like Segura who are good in that individual moment, who can take one or two players on. And when you're man down and when you're defending as a team, that's the type of player that you need up the field.
It was interesting, as you pointed out, that Segura started the game as the center forward. And now that the Galaxy are playing down a man, he's been moved out wide. And in many ways, he's been more effective there.
Yeah, it allows him to float and pick up the game and face goal rather than be with his back to goal.
Great through ball, finds Kyle Casey, hits it hard, and Eric Lopez up to the task.
Great
there was
power
room there at the near post.
Yeah, great power on that shot there from Casey. Lopez does a good job of punching that one wide and getting it far enough from Casey that he can't knock in the rebound.
It's a 7th corner kick for the Red Bulls. You can hear they're not happy with the spot from which the Red Bulls have been taking these corners. And he's given it as a Galaxy free kick, which I don't think I've seen before.
Yeah, I've never seen that either. They did play it short, but it's impossible for the player to be offsides because
it wasn't offside.
The corner kick is coming from the end line.
It was given as an indirect kick, that much we can tell you. At any rate, it turns back to New York right here with Powder. DeAndrea wants it back from Gilby into the penalty area, and it's broken up by Lonergan. And Lopez dives on the ball, trips his own defender, but at least came away with it. 59th minute here. We're going to 70. New York Red Bulls leading the LA Galaxy 1-0.
And it's odd to say, but this Red Bulls team was impressive in the first half, but the Galaxy, since they've gone man down in the second half, have really impressed me in the battle that they've shown, as well as some individual skill in separate places. And I would not be surprised if the Galaxy are able to tie this one up 1-1.
Shigenobu trying to play it through for the run of Saramago, broken up by the middle of that Galaxy defense. Here's Segura. Negrete is drifted out wide. He stayed on side. Playing it back. Segura will take it himself. Left-footed shot is blocked and knocked away by a sliding Mason Deeds.
And Segura created that whole play. He had the opportunity. Then at the last second, it looked like Andrew Perez stepped in and maybe said something to him, and Segura pulled himself back when he had the shot opportunity in the first place. But it's once again this LA Galaxy team, man down, able to create high-scoring, high-chance goal-scoring opportunities.
We'll get a look at Zach Ryan coming on for the Red Bulls. He's going to replace DeAndrea here in the 61st minute.
And once again, a great performance there for Rodrigo DeAndrea. Created the goal The sole goal of this game was dangerous, coming off the wing. Did a good job linking up with his teammates. Really been impressed with him so far in this tournament.
Zach Ryan is a goal scorer for the Red Bulls U14s last year. 21 goals in 25 games. He's out in that wide spot. And Simon Nee on the Red Bulls sideline, hoping he can help them put this one out of reach.
And Teixeira there is going to get called for the free kick.
He can't believe it.
Yeah, there was a battle, both of them really pulling jerseys. It's been a good battle so far between him and Murphy, and as he gets himself over towards that end line, it looked like the ball was already out. He slid to try and save it, made contact with Murphy.
So another free kick chance here for the Galaxy. Murphy floats this one on goal, and it's off the top of the crossbar, or off the hands of Kennedy, they'll say, for a corner kick.
Yeah, and as a goalkeeper, you always want to be safe. Kennedy doesn't want to risk himself trying to catch that while he's going back in the direction of his own goal. So he punches it out for a corner kick. So another chance here for the Galaxy.
Service from Murphy wasn't as good, but he'll get another crack at it. Low again, and this time Mingachos clears, and Murphy hands on his hips in frustration. We'll now get a look at Vincent Borden, another 99 birthday for the Red Bulls. He's replacing Mingachos.
Borden's a player U.S. national team fans will have known his name for a while. Played over in Europe before coming back to play with the New York Red Bulls. A few youth national team call-ups. Was playing in Croatia for Dynamo Zagreb, along with some other members of his family. Now back with this Red Bulls academy, and he's been a strong player for them throughout the season.
Not sure what the Red Bulls are doing at the back, because Negrete pulling out wide from his central position has gotten wide open a couple of times.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know that the LA Galaxy don't have the numbers, but yet when they're on the ball, they look to be equal. They look to always have a man that's open, and the Red Bulls right now, communication-wise at the back, are struggling. And this is why, if you're the Red Bulls, you didn't want to let up. You wanted to stay in possession. You wanted to keep controlling the ball so you didn't have to worry about defending late in the last few minutes when the Galaxy are going to take some risks, throw some numbers forward.
Yeah, you want to see the Red Bulls be aggressive and continue to look for the second goal, but you don't want the outside backs to fly forward without making sure they're covered. That one turns over. Gilby on the run. Still Saramago on the ball for New York. Gets to his right foot. Shoots it, and Eric Lopez with a fine save down to his left.
And another good look here for the Red Bulls. They haven't had a lot of possession since the goal, so it's good to see them get themselves back into the attack, get themselves a corner kick, a set piece, take a little bit of air out of this LA Galaxy team, try and find their way out of this one with a victory. Learning how to manage results, major part of the player development, a major part of what we've talked about with the coaches since we've been here, understanding the different moments in the game and how to manage them.
5 minutes and change to play here in Frisco. New York Red Bulls 1 and the LA Galaxy 0. Ryan and Borden working in that left corner. Cross is a good one. Kyle Casey, and Eric Lopez reacted quickly again to his left.
What a save from Lopez there. I'm not sure if he could see Casey behind his own defender. That ball popped down to Casey's foot. He got great contact on it. He directed it well to the low post, and Lopez does a good job shifting across that goal. His footwork's strong, and a quick reaction from him.
Kept alive by Borden. And fired high for a Galaxy goal kick.
Lopez struggled with the ball at his feet early in the game, but in terms of shot-stopping ability, he's looked really good so far today. He's done a good job covering a lot of dangerous shots and has done a great job of pushing the ball away from his goal.
Saramago looking for help. Tried to play it across for Zach Ryan. It was knocked away for another New York corner, their 10th of the game.
In this first half in this game was all the Red Bulls. They were able to set up some good opportunities, take players one-on-one, good interchange between their front attacking three. And they dominated possession the last 15 minutes of the first half, as well as opportunities. Couldn't get a goal until they went man up, but it was a pretty goal once again.
Corner kick falls in the area. Kyle Casey firing high with the left foot.
And this Red Bulls team, they've created so many great chances. The composure in that final moment outside of the goal, Saramago hasn't really been there.
Our second Premier Division semifinal of the day will kick off in about 40 minutes. Sagantos from Japan against Independiente from Medellin, Colombia. If you're joining us in English, you may not be a regular fan of either of those, but trust us, they play some good soccer. Really enjoyed what we've seen from both of those so far, and curious about how the matchup will work out. Deeds a little dicey on the back pass, but Xavier Kennedy able to clear it there.
Good recognition there from Kennedy to be quick off his line and switch the field there, not blast it into the oncoming Galaxy attacker.
And if you don't come for the soccer, the prospect of David and I trying to pronounce Japanese and Colombian names simultaneously ought to amuse you this afternoon if you're at the office.
Yeah, well, while we stumble, those two teams won't. Both teams play very, very beautiful soccer. Different styles, and that's what's going to be exciting about that matchup. They've both dominated teams in different ways, and now a chance to see them face off.
Right here, the New York Red Bulls still haven't put this one away. It's only 1-0, despite a barrage of Red Bulls opportunities. Eric Lopez has kept the Galaxy in it. And a cramp problem for Kyle Perno over there. Red Bulls have used 4 of their 5 subs.
And the sun really beating down here on this stadium, the earliest game of the day, but right in the afternoon. It's been an entertaining one so far. We've seen that bit of flair and skill from both teams, especially from the attacking midfielders on both teams. Segura here in the second half has been a real delight to watch for this LA Galaxy team. This is a Galaxy team with a lot of youth national team call-ups across the board, as well as the Red Bulls. We said the Red Bulls, 2 different players at the U17 championships playing for the CONCACAF U17 championships playing for other nations. The LA Galaxy had a U17 Mexican national playing as well.
We're told some of you are having trouble with the video on your feed and are just hearing our audio. For that, we apologize. And we're working on getting that squared away. New York Red Bulls still leading the LA Galaxy 1-0 on this sun-drenched afternoon in North Texas. Red Bulls do have Richard Wolf ready to come in if need be. We've seen him at center back earlier in the tournament, but they're not going to make the sub just yet. They're going to have to defend this throw-in. even strength, 10 against 10. And the Red Bulls wanted to get the sub in. They did not, and now Perno trots back in, but the decision had already been made to take him out. So with the Galaxy set for a corner kick, Richard Wolf comes in here in stoppage time. Galaxy only putting 6 in the penalty area right now. Murphy sends it back post, and Xavier Kennedy has to tip it over. Ian Lonergan was lurking at the back post, ready to pounce if that one had gotten through. We're into stoppage time. Didn't see a signal for how many minutes. There have been a couple of stoppages, including a red card. New York 1, LA nothing. Patrick Murphy delivers. Runs through the box and knocked over the crossbar, out off the Red Bulls for another corner.
And that's what you want from your service. Hit with power, straight through the middle of the 6-yard box.
Murphy wanted to take the corner from the right, which would be an in-swinger from his left foot.
And from the direction of where the ball went out of bounds, you wouldn't think it would be an issue.
Our official has decreed that it should be taken from the left.
And that's how we shall do it.
Yes. I'm a little surprised we haven't seen more Galaxy players in the penalty area, to be honest. 2 outside, plus the goalkeeper, plus the taker. Only leaves 6. This one is sent low, runs through the box. Wolf mishit his clearance. Lonergan for LA on the far side. Plays it in with the left foot, and that'll be no problem for Xavier Kennedy. And that might just about do it on the Galaxy's hopes in this one.
And the Galaxy fought hard, fought really well after going down a man. Conceded 1. A few good opportunities, but I think the chances have been equal either way since they went man down. Maybe one more for the Galaxy.
Maybe time for one more chance. Patrick Murphy was broken up on the play, and the Red Bulls will just kick it long. Mason Deeds with the key intercept there. Wolf heads away. Still loose in the center circle. It falls to LA. Again, they should have told the teams how much time was left. They did not tell us, and LA is still going. Negrete in the left corner. Uses Estrada. He waited a while to use him, though. Negrete's cross left-footed. Almost found the head of Jake Arteaga. It deflects easily to the goalkeeper, Xavier Kennedy. Kennedy's punt finds Saramago battling with Tyson Griffin. Saramago into the left corner, and he should just try and kill the clock here for the Red Bulls. It's out for a New York throw it in that corner. Saramago will hold in that corner again, battling against Kenny. Griffin coming over to help. And it finally runs out for a Galaxy goal kick.
And a lot of time added now from the referee.
Uses the ref almost like an indoor surface, gets the ball back. Segura, 20 yards from goal, fires wide of the target.
And you wish you'd seen that menace there to try and finish himself from Segura earlier in this first half when him and Andrew Perez got into a miscommunication once they got inside the 18. But once again, this Galaxy team showing their skill when they are able to get forward into the attack.
6th minute of stoppage time. And that's going to do it for our first semifinal. The New York Red Bulls, in a battle of the East and West Coasts, come away with a 1-0 win over the LA Galaxy. Brian Saramago's goal in the 49th minute sends the Red Bulls to the championship game of the Generation Adidas Cup Premier Division. New York 1, LA nothing. The Red Bulls will play the winner of Sagantos and Independiente. That game is coming up in about half an hour now at 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. Galaxy will play for 3rd place in the Premier Division on Saturday afternoon. The Red Bulls again, next Red Bulls broadcast will be Saturday, noon Eastern, 11 Central from this stadium, the Premier Division Championship Final. For everyone involved in our broadcast, our entire crew, my partner David Goss, I'm Jonathan Yardley. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. We'll take a break of about half an hour, step over to a different online stream, and bring you Sagantos and Independiente. That's coming up at 4 o'clock Eastern, so stay with us. The final from our first game, New York 1, LA nothing. Talk to you later from Frisco.